If you know someone who would be an incredible guest for the show, so I'd love to hear about them. Just click the link below. And thank you all so much for being a part of this journey. I really appreciate you guys.
Oh, I'm just going to work and make money. Yeah. You're going to work 18 hours a day.
Yeah.
You're putting out fires.
Welcome to another incredible episode of Purpose Driven Progress. I am your host, Jacob Hicks, as always. Thank you all so much for listening. And I got to tell you guys, we've really got a really kind of niche interest today, but I think it's something that we just don't talk about enough nearly in the business world or in the sales world. Because today I've got Kelvin Tata, a fitness coach who specializes in helping sales professionals dial in their health so they can show up fully in business and in life. He started in door-to-door sales at 17, launched his own business in 2021, and brings serious heart, hustle, and purpose into everything he does. We're talking about health, entrepreneurship, faith, and what it means to chase excellence with intention. Kelvin, welcome to the show, my friend.
I appreciate you having me, bro. It's going to be an exciting conversation. Let's
man.
dive in.
I've really been looking forward to this one, dude. So tell us a little bit more about you a little bit. So, because I know that you are, kind of like, kind of in that really niche, interesting market of the segue between sales and health, right? So, how did you get there?
Great question. It all started in door-to-door sales. I feel like a lot of entrepreneurs, they started with the grind.
Yep.
You eat a lot of, I won't curse on this. I might drop an F-bomb here and there. I don't know, guys. I don't know. But yeah, door-to-door sales at 17, my friend tricked me because back in the day, you think that I thought it was going to be, oh, it's a marketing job. Oh, you're just going to do some marketing. And I go in there and it's like, all right, we have the morning meetings and then they're like, oh, you're going into the field. I'm like, what do you mean I'm going into the field? What are you talking about? Like change your suit and everything. So I realized I started knocking doors. I'm like, oh, this is hard. So first couple of days I wanted to quit. I was like, there's no way you think I'm about to be knocking doors to make money. But then when you get that first sale, you're like, oh my God.
Yep. Yeah, I feel that.
I like this. But I always was like, it was challenging, and that's why I loved it. Doors slammed in your face, people cursing. I'm like, yes, give me more. I'm coming back. All right. So started in door-to-door sales, did it for 4 years, did 2 years in fiber, was getting people to switch from Comcast, whatever we were slinging Verizon out there when fiber optics just came out.
Yeah.
I done with fiber and now went on to roofing sales, right? Roofing sales is a little bit easier because you're just offering a free estimate. Hey, look, your roof is messed up. Your family's going to die. You want to
right.
Right, so that happened. 4 years in college, graduated with a degree in exercise science. After that, it was like, all right, cool. I knew I didn't want to work a regular job after what I've just seen in door-to-door and how much money I could make.
Yeah.
And then you want me to go do a 9-to-5? Are you crazy? Have you lost your mind? And I was like, there's no chance. So I took the money I made from door-to-door, invested in an online fitness coach because I got my degree in exercise science, right? So I got that, and I'm like, cool, I'm going to chase my passion for fitness. Actually thought I wanted to play professional soccer, but I tore both of my ACLs in the period in college when I was playing soccer. I was supposed to go on trials and then didn't work out. God had a different plan for me. A lot of times you have your own plan, and then God has his plan. And he'll blow your plan out the waters.
Yep.
Come to realization, oh, this is my purpose. This is my calling. When I got into fitness, I'm building my business, investing, and it's like, wow, this is not even what I thought it would be. Because you're like, entrepreneurship. Oh, sounds fun.
Yep. It's a whole different beast.
I know you know. It sounds exciting, right? I'm just going to work and make money. Yeah. You're going to work 18 hours a day.
Yeah.
You're putting out fires and all that. So I'm building. 2 years into my business. First year I make like 32K. The second year like 42K. Not bad for, being by myself. But then this is when it's like, I'm so not fulfilled. And
yeah,
I feel depressed. I feel like my life is going to shit, right? I'm trying to find fulfillment in sleeping with women, right? Drugs, right? What most people do, drinking, partying, all that good stuff. I'm looking for fulfillment in. And I get to a point where I'm tired. I can't do this. Keep trying to do it on my own. I keep trying to white knuckle it.
Yeah. Just keep going.
Yeah. And just keep figuring out. And then I had enough. I was like, I got to go to Christ. Like there were seeds that were planted in my life from other people that pulled me to the point where I gave my life to Christ. Like I always believe, and there's a difference between I'm a believer and I'm a
Mm.
follower.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Right. So when I gave my life to Christ, things started to shift. Not just instantly, it was little by little. It's like you go to God for one thing and he starts opening it up.
Mm.
Like, no, you got this, you got resentment, you got hatred in your heart, you have unforgiveness in your heart. So he started pulling all those things out, slowly, little by little, little by little. I'm still not where I want to be mentally. I'm still not where I want to be with Christ in I think my third year of business. This is 2023. That's when I made over 100K, and I'm feeling
Mm.
myself.
Yeah.
Think I'm that guy. Oh yeah, got to be 6 foot. He make 6 figures, all
Yep.
that good stuff. And then God humbles me. He strips me away of everything. Right? Economy goes to shit. Sales are not as easy. We all know business owners. It's not as easy to close as you were back in the day. Trust is at the all-time low.
Mm.
Things are slow. But I'm still working with God. I'm still working. I'm not giving up. Dude, even in that 2023 when I was still working with God, I moved out of my parents' house and then I moved to Arizona because I had come to Andy Elliott event and it was like I came there for sales, but really Jesus pulled me to come to Arizona.
Sure.
So in that process, I go back home. I tell everyone I'm moving to Arizona. Straight up. I already had a ticket booked to Costa Rica. I was gonna go to Costa Rica. That was passport bros. I was gonna escape.
Yeah.
Go to Costa Rica. I had apartment already Airbnb paid, my ticket paid. Came back. God speaks to me. What do you think you're doing? Go to Arizona. Cancel everything. I lose the money. I don't care. I'm just following blind faith. Everyone is like, what are you doing? Where are you going? Why are you going across the country? Why don't you just move to Delaware, Maryland? I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just doing what God told me to do. And I come to Arizona, 2024, a year in. I'm like, oh yeah, business is going up. Entrepreneurs all over. I get hit with the reality check the first 4 months. To a point where I'm calling my mom to help me pay rent.
Yeah.
I'm sitting on the walls, crying to God on a consistent basis, begging him to help me. Guys, realize that when you get to that point, Jesus is like, fine. Finally, you're willing to surrender.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Dude, I love your story. Man, there's a ton to unpack there.
Yeah.
But let's kind of start where we started, right? Like we're talking about like health, particularly in sales, right?
Yeah.
So is like have you noticed like in your business and in your experience I feel like a lot of people struggle with health, right? Like staying healthy,
Sure.
getting to the gym, getting good nutrition, all that kind of stuff, right? It's a common issue. But do you feel like there are certain struggles that salespeople in particular, obviously that's a big group, but salespeople in particular
Yeah.
struggle with on the health side compared to, maybe some like more typical W-2 folks?
Yeah, for sure.
Mm.
If I go on any tangents, just bring me back. I'm going to talk.
Okay. All right. That's what I'm here for.
Yeah, I'm a talker. But busy schedules, right? Sales
Mm.
guys, super busy schedule, high stress. You got to adapt. And it depends. Are you remote? Are you door to door? Are you B2B? What type of sales are you in? Right? It has to fit your lifestyle. Because I could talk to Jake and be like, dude, got a busy lifestyle. You got kids. You're running this. All right, cool. We need a different structure for you.
Yeah.
Right? So does the structure fit your lifestyle? That's the first question. And so many sales pros, I want to do 75 hard. Great. I love 75 hard. It helps a lot mentally. Propel you to consistency. But it's not health is not a 75-day thing.
Yeah. It's a marathon, not a sprint.
Yeah, it's a lifelong thing. So the top 3 struggles are their lifestyle is busy. They're highly stressed, right? They don't even know how to customize a structure for themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And dude, to a lot of salespersons were athletes before. Dude, your program in college is not going to work for you when you enter sales.
No, especially if you're like sitting all day long.
It's completely different.
Yep.
Way different approach. And if you're sitting all day long, you can work out at home. You don't necessarily have to freaking go to the gym. You just got to make it enter your life. All you need is 3 days a week, like 20 to 30 minutes. You do some circuit.
Yeah,
And
do something simple.
Something simple. Put some good
Yeah.
food in your mouth.
Yep. So I want to get a little bit more into the minutia here. So
Yeah.
so in my experience, because I mean I've done a lot of sales. I know you've done different sales jobs too, and they, in my opinion, they kind of fall into a couple of different buckets, for lack of a
Yes.
better, like some big ones, right? So like for me, I think that there's like your outside sales folks, like the folks that are on the road, right? Like they're
Yeah.
either
Yeah.
flying a bunch or they're in their car all the time.
Hmm.
And there's the folks that I would consider like your inside sales folks, right? The folks that are maybe at home or on their computer, the office or whatever.
Hmm.
And there's kind of like that, what I kind of calls like your third bucket, I guess, where it's kind of like you were talking about before, where a piece of their business for whatever reason is door knocking, where you might be getting in, several miles or whatever it kind of looks like, day to day or week to week.
Yeah.
So, and like I've experienced this personally, being a former outside sales guy. So, because I know like when I was on the road, it was really really hard. Like, I mean, I like working out and stuff, but I mean, I believe that it's 2/3 and 1/3. Like a third of it is in the gym, the other 2/3 are what you're eating, right? And I just had a really hard time finding anything of like, I mean, it was all like, it was all like fried stuff, burgers, and
Yeah.
just like pastas and all this stuff, right?
For sure.
So like, and generally speaking, for some of those folks that have a hard time finding just like easy, like not necessarily easy, but very accessible things when they might not have like, a fridge or a cooler in their car or whatever, like how are those folks, how would you suggest those folks maintain a healthy lifestyle?
Yeah. So you have three options when
Mm,
it comes to nutrition. You buy the food and cook it yourself,
yep.
right? You order it that already comes cooked, meal prep service, like
Yep.
or something, right? And then you order it, but then you have to cook it yourself,
Okay.
right? So time is money. If you know you're a high level sales guy and you have the money to use a meal prep service, just do that,
Mm,
right? And then you can even warm up your food. Let's say you order factor meals, you're getting 14 to 16 meals coming in a week, right? And then,
mhm.
at home, I'm going to eat breakfast at least. I'm going to spend 15 to 20 minutes at eating breakfast at home at my Airbnb or whatever. Now I got 2 meals that I can carry on the go,
Yeah.
right? And then, okay, what goes in between? What snacks do I need to fit in between to hit my macros? What are we talking, like Greek yogurt, maybe a banana, maybe a protein bar? Even when you go to gas station, don't give me the bullshit excuse of, oh, there's just BS everywhere. You can go to any gas station and pick out the least of the worst.
Yeah. You can get some peanuts or some, something like that.
Yeah, nuts and seed. Quest
Hmm.
is everywhere. A protein
Yeah.
cookie.
Hmm.
Even those protein shakes, I forgot what they're called. They're everywhere. There's fruits at gas station. There's protein shakes at gas station. It's just your choices. You gotta decide in your mind, you know what? I'm gonna prioritize it.
Yep.
Right?
100%. I
People make
love that.
about it.
I love that, man. Because I mean, you're right. It all comes down to, I mean, and I feel like I talk about this a lot on the podcast, but it all comes down to your intentionality, right? Like that's true in business, and it's just as true for health and fitness.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't mean like I feel like I mean, correct me if I'm wrong here, but in my mind, like we kind of all have that. I think of it as like a New Year's like revolution kind of
For sure.
mentality sometimes, right? Where we have to go from 0 to 100 like immediately. Where like, hey, for the last 6 months from for the last half of the year,
Mm-hmm.
I never worked out ever. But January 1st, I'm going to the gym 4 times a week. I'm eating really good, all this stuff, right? You completely mess up your lifestyle
Yeah.
in such a way that it's not consistent, right? And like I'm a really big believer in a couple of things. I think consistency is absolutely key. And I also think so like I call this like the strategy, I call it elephant bites,
Yes.
where like you get
Yeah.
excited about something, right?
Yeah.
And you're excited about it, so you're going super gung ho, but then the excitement wears off and you realize, oh man, this is kind of hard. This is a bit of a
Yeah.
slog, so you don't do it, right? So I'm a big believer that if you're excited about something, absolutely go for it. But let's say you wanted to like go to the gym 3 times a week for 30 minutes, but you've never done it before. So in my mind, I would suggest starting smaller than that even. Do it for like let's say you've never done it before, so maybe you're going to hit a goal of my goal is a stretch goal of 3 times a week for half an hour
Yes.
each time. But maybe instead of that, just to make sure I'm building that consistency muscle, I'm going to go for twice a week for just 15 minutes or a 15-minute walk.
Yes.
Just something small that I can keep building up until, hopefully in 6 months or a year or 2 years or whatever it looks like, I'm going for maybe an hour 3 or 4 times a week. Is that fair to say?
It's completely fair to say. And that's how I coach my guys. Stack
Mm,
the small wins,
yeah.
right? It's just like your routines. You're not gonna wake up in the morning, decide you want to build a morning routine. Oh, I'm gonna take a cold shower. I want to make my bed. I want to do this. 20 pages of book. You might say, you know what? I'm just gonna make my bed every single day.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I'll master that for 3 weeks. Okay, cool. Now that I got making my bed down, let me add on quick 5-minute prayer in that too.
Mm.
Even with nutrition, hey, dude, maybe just start out by cutting out sugar. Maybe that's just the first step for you. You know, even Jake said it was working out. Maybe it's just getting 10K steps a day. You don't even have to go to the gym.
Yep.
Extremely overweight. Maybe just getting up and moving and getting 10K steps a day.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where you start. And you start stacking the small wins because that gives you confidence. But when you set goals that are so crazy, every time you don't hit them, it's boom, your confidence goes down. Boom,
Yep.
your confidence, oh, I can't do this. I knew I couldn't do this. But you set those small goals, you get a dopamine hit. And it actually wants you to do, makes you want to do more.
Yes.
Sales and business. You book a call, you're like, oh, I want to keep DMing, right?
I love that. I love that, man. Like I said, it's the small skills. It's a small stacks that eventually build up to a huge tower, right? Like you got to start small, and you just got to build something that you can do consistently.
Yeah.
So my next question is, so I feel like kind of regardless of which quote unquote sales bucket you might fall into here, I feel like the majority of us sales folks are just sitting down most of the time.
Yes.
We're just sitting down for, most of our day, if not all day long.
Yeah.
So for those folks that are maybe they're just thinking about, gosh, I do want to start getting fit again. I don't want to like do a huge crazy workout routine, and I am sitting all day long. So like what are some exercises, whether it be body weight or whatever else, that you would suggest those folks start with?
For sure. First, I have one right here. Get a walking treadmill if you're a remote sales rep. You need to sit down. You can stand up and walk. And by the time you know, you've gotten 15 to 20K steps the whole time, and you were doing work.
Mm-hmm.
Another thing is schedule in breaks, walking breaks. After like 45 minutes, my brain is just, I need to go do something. I'll just go outside and go walk. Get some sunlight.
Yes.
It's so important for your energy, for your testosterone, right? For your cortisol levels.
Mm.
And if you work from home, dude, when you wake up, put your phone away. Why are you waking up and the first thing you're worried about is what other people are doing? Right here, I got a lockbox.
Love it.
So, and when I go to sleep, I put my phone in a lockbox and it doesn't unlock to an hour after I wake up.
Mm-hmm.
I can't touch it. For you, maybe it's 30 minutes, right? When you start your day well, most of the time, it goes pretty well. So it's your habits. Even if you're working from home at your desk or whatever, what are your habits in the home? What does your space look like? Is it disorganized? When you have so much clutter, your brain can't even think properly.
Mm-hmm.
Your motivation goes down. And if you're working from home again, the great thing is you have the opportunity to cook your own food.
Yeah. Yep.
You have better opportunity than people who are on the road all the time. You can meal prep for the week, or you're hungry, take a break, you go into your fridge. So that's what I would say is just start literally paying attention to what are your habits. So many people just operate on autopilot. They don't even think through their thoughts. What am I thinking? Why am I feeling this way? Why do I just want to eat this? Why am I craving sugar so much? And you start those conversations with yourself.
I love that, especially the piece about feelings. Because you and I could probably go on for the next hour about feelings and motivation and all that stuff. One of my favorite quotes that I heard, I don't know, a few weeks or a month ago or something, was feelings are indicators, not dictators.
Bars.
Meaning that like if you wake up and you want to go to the gym, right? But if you're super gung ho, like you're super excited, just had a great night's sleep, you'll feel really good and feel motivated.
Yes.
To go to the gym, right? But then the next day, maybe you had a late night or something, had a crappy night's sleep.
Yes.
You wake up at the same time, you're like, man, I do not want to go to the gym.
Yeah.
Right. So some of those things like that can remove the friction, whether it be like sleeping in your gym clothes or having your gym bag just ready to go. Some of those things just like can help alleviate some of the friction.
Absolutely.
And for me personally, I've really been debating with myself, and I'd be curious to get your 2 cents here. Is I feel like we need to almost redefine motivation a little bit, because I think motivation is both, it's a feeling and it's a result.
Yes.
And I kind of live in the world of like, what stories am I telling? meaning that like, okay, I woke up today, I felt like crap, I didn't want to go to the gym, I went anyway, right? Am I going to remember next week, next month, next year that today I woke up and went to the gym and I didn't really want to? Probably not. But I will see the result of like, oh, I feel better, oh, I look better, oh, I'm stronger. So I mean, how do you feel about that?
Yeah, that's a great way to put it. Right? Motivation is BS
Mm,
because action creates motivation.
yeah.
Discipline triumphs motivation.
Mm,
Discipline is just like a muscle. The more you train it, the stronger it gets, right? And it's doing what you have to do regardless of whether you feel like it or not. So when
mm.
you're not motivated, let's change the perspective. You know what? This is an opportunity for me to strengthen my discipline muscle. Because the more
Yes.
you do things when you don't feel like it, the more you're going to do it. When I start
Yes.
praying, enemy starts attacking me. I don't want to do this. You keep doing it. Your spirit gets stronger.
Mm,
So train that discipline muscle. Don't look at it as like, oh my God, I'm not motivated today. You know what? Just realize hey, I'm not going to be motivated all the time, and that's okay. I still take action regardless of how I feel. Because if we operate off feelings, we will not be entrepreneurs.
no. Oh my
Oh,
gosh. What man, yep. Yeah. Man, that should be on a t-shirt somewhere. I
yeah.
tell you, if we were if we just operated on feelings, we wouldn't be entrepreneurs. Oh man, I love that. I saw there was another quote from, oh gosh, I don't know who it was now. But there was a women's basketball coach for some college somewhere. I can't remember, a few months ago. And maybe you saw it, but she was talking, I mean, you're just having one of those motivational kind of, leadership discussions with her team, right? Her squad. And she said something that, gosh, really stuck in my mind, where it's not that that things have gotten easier, it's that we've gotten better at the hard.
Yes.
And like I feel like that's just like, I mean, you know how it is, like in entrepreneurship, right? There's gonna be days where like you are on cloud nine, you're like maybe just signing some great deals or something, and you just feel amazing, right? $1 million. You're like, oh my gosh, I'm conquering the world. And then it could be the very next day or later that same day, and you could be like, oh my gosh, what am I even doing? Am I even supposed to be doing this? I should burn it all down. I should go back to like the W-2 jobs or whatever. Like that's just,
Yeah.
it's just the nature of the beast.
hmm And I like what you said about, I forgot what you said, but it's like the resilience comes from going through the hard stuff.
Yeah.
The more you even push through the hard stuff, the more resilient you become. Because
Mm,
then when it keeps coming, you're like, got this. Last year, do you know all the stuff I went through last year? And then you think that this storm is going to blow me away? I'm
yep.
good. Right. And that's where you go into, actually healing your own traumas, because a lot of people actually they go from high to low, high to low, emotional high to low, and you're on this freaking roller coaster, up and down, up and down. What you got to learn how to do is even kill. I had to hire a mindset performance coach to understand this, that my traumas were affecting my decisions. Right. So
Mm-hmm.
now maybe I have a good cash month. I'm here. I love it. I appreciate it. Thank you, God. Okay, maybe the month is bad. I'm right here. Even kill. Right? That's how you got to learn how to regulate your emotions. You can't
Yes.
regulate your emotions. Entrepreneurship is not gonna work for you.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, like that's just part of like the work, and like it's just gonna be, and like nobody ever tells you that. I don't feel like. I mean,
Nope.
I mean, entrepreneurship is always hard. I think always hard,
Yes.
and like there's gonna be days where you feel great. There's gonna be days where you feel like crap,
Mhm.
and you just got to be able to kind of deal with that. Like for so I don't know why, but for just a bunch of quotes keep coming to my mind.
Yeah, I love it.
I said another one from Tom Hanks that really stuck in my mind too. Was he said something in some interview or other that he always tells himself, "This too shall pass," meaning that you feel like you're on top of the world, you conquered the mountain, whatever. This too shall pass. You feel like
Yes.
you're in the lowest value, things are freaking crappy, nothing's going right, everything's going wrong.
Mhm.
This too shall pass, and it's just like a mindset of grit and keeping going. Calvin, this has been fantastic. There's one more thing I wanted to make sure we got to here, and we've kind of alluded to it a little bit already, but it's faith in the work or in the workplace. And I feel like, like I'm a faith-filled guy. My faith is really important to me. But I'm just really curious, like how do you feel like it's changed or shaped how you do business?
Mhm.
And I mean, I love what you said the other day when we were talking that entrepreneurship is a form of ministry or can be a form of ministry.
Mhm.
So, I mean, how do you feel like your faith shows up in your work, especially? I mean, sometimes like faith isn't always necessarily an appropriate conversation with some people sometimes. So I mean, how do you feel like it's implemented in your own business?
If I were to say one word, I would say ethics.
Mm-hmm.
Do right by people, right? If you really read the Bible, it has the answers to every single thing in entrepreneurship. How you should treat people, finance, wisdom, financial advice. So even having my faith, I early on I had to know that, early on I was kind of a little bit too nice into letting people walk all over me,
Mm.
right? Maybe I didn't have contracts or people didn't want to pay me for certain thing. Oh, I'm just like, no, it's okay. I have a good heart. I have this and that. But then you realize there's times when Jesus got angry.
Yeah.
Jesus had a backbone. He said things even when people didn't like it,
Mm.
right? So operating from an ethical standpoint, doing right by people, serving, always giving first, right? Being willing to help, but having a backbone and standing up for what you believe in and standing up for the truth.
Yes. I absolutely love everything you're saying. I think the key word, at least for me, and everything you've said is the service piece, right? Like I'm a really firm believer, and if anybody's listening to my show, they know I really believe that in sales, the best salespeople are the ones that are
Mm,
serving well.
yes.
And I think it can be so easy to forget or become uncomfortable with the idea that sometimes serving your client to the best of your ability can be telling them no. Being like,
Yes.
listen, I don't believe that this is a good fit for you. And like maybe someday down the road, or like maybe like not upselling them, I guess, for lack of a better word, where you say like, listen, based on what you've told me, you're saying that you want option B, but really what I think you want is option A because of X, Y, and Z reason. And
Yes.
having, I mean, again, those aren't always comfortable conversations to have,
Mhm.
but ultimately, I mean, I really think of it. I think of it in terms of like personal relationships,
Mhm.
right? Like in my own life, the people that I care about the most that have done I believe the best by me
Yeah.
are the people that obviously they show up, we have a good time sometimes, we have fun, we get through the hard times together, but they're also the people that will kick me in the butt if I need it and saying like, Jacob, what are you doing, man? Like you shouldn't be doing, like, why are you acting like that?
Yeah,
I mean, like having those kind of difficult conversations when appropriate in a respectful manner,
for
I
sure.
think is the ultimate form of service, in my opinion.
I agree. And it comes with truth and love.
Yes.
In entrepreneurship, I used to give, because I'm a savage. I call myself a Jesus savage, right?
Love it.
I used
Love
to
it.
give a lot of truth without love. I didn't care about your feelings. Oh, you're this,
Mm,
you're that. Stop being a B word. Just be hard. What does the word tell us? Men don't cry. Men don't show emotions. All that stuff is BS.
mm,
It's BS. But once you start understanding how to convey the truth, no matter if it hurts someone's feelings, but then it's tied into love. Dude,
yeah.
I love you. I want the best for you. You told me that you wanted this, and you're not doing the work. So either you're gonna do the work, or you're not, and hold people accountable to what they say. Nowadays, people are scared of accountability.
Mm,
I'm hard on you because I want to see you succeed. I'm hard on you because I know there's so much more in store. You are better than what you think you are. A lot of people don't believe that they can actually accomplish it. Sometimes it just takes somebody to fire them up in a little bit. Like someone
mm.
to really believe, like, dude, your standards are way higher than you're setting it right now. You just gotta wake up.
I love it, man. And I mean, I think again, you hit the nail on the head. Like the accountability piece, I feel like is really really key. I mean, like there was a sales job that I had 4 or 5, 6 years ago now, where one of the gals that was training us said that
Yeah.
she hates and loves accountability. She hates it because like she's being held accountable, but she loves it for what she gets out of it, right?
Yes.
And I think I mean I kind of mentioned earlier again, but I think it comes down to the stories that we tell ourselves.
Mm.
And like if you are my my sales manager and you're kind of giving me a kick in the butt saying like, hey, you didn't get your calls done, hey, we didn't get X, Y, and Z completed or whatever, like that might not be comfortable in the moment, but
Mhm.
again, is that going to be a story that I tell in a year?
Yes.
Maybe, maybe not. Probably not for the most part, right?
Yes.
But it will be a piece like a block in the foundation, a block in what I'm building
Yeah.
that I've learned from what you're telling me and held and holding me accountable.
Yes. And you gotta ask yourself, it's all an identity piece. Identity
Mm,
piece. Who do you want to become? Who do you
mm,
need to become in order to get those goals? Right. I love some people don't I love when people are on top of me about certain things. I'm like, dude, you want me to be better? Oh my God. Tell even call some people they get fired up in a different way. Call me if that gets me going. What did you say? Okay. Oh, you can't even close force, dude. You can't even do that. Thank you. Thank you. Now I'm gonna go get it done. Like, know how to push my buttons. Get me fired up.
Yeah. Oh man, I love it. Yeah. So find that thing that gets you fired up, people. You heard it here first. I love it.
Yes.
Well, Kelvin says this has been a fantastic conversation, my friend. So thanks so much again for coming on the show. But what are some goals that you have either personally or professionally for 2025?
Cool. I love that. First, we're gonna help 1,000 sales pros feel and operate their best. Yes, I
Ooh,
said crazy goals. It
love
might
it.
not make sense, but I'm like, cool. I shoot past whatever. And then second, we're going to be with my other company who I'm the CEO of, whatever, Strive for Sales, where we help contractors scale the
Mm.
business. We are gonna be the number one media company in Phoenix, Arizona, and number one
Ooh.
sales company in Phoenix, Arizona. Those are my goals. If you guys are interested in connecting with me, you got my Instagram, Coach Tata _. TikTok is Coach Tata as well. Same as my YouTube, Facebook is Kelvin Tata. If you got any questions on health and fitness or mindset, whatever it is, I'm literally an open book. All right. So DM me. I like having conversations, and I was talking Jake's ear off in this one.
Oh man, well, so I'll make sure to leave the links to your Instagram and everything in the show notes so people can find you just super easy. So yeah, folks, anybody out there that maybe you're a traveling sales guy that's on the road all the time and you just don't know, I mean, how do you manage this health thing while closing deals and just being in the car for 6-8 hours or whatever a day? Make sure to reach out to Kelvin. He's really got the stuff figured out. But Kelvin, thank you again for having you on, man. This has been fantastic.
I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you. I'm looking forward to the clips. I'm gonna share it everywhere.
Love it, dude. Well, anybody out there listening, make sure to like, follow, and subscribe, and we will see you guys next time.
Peace, guys. Have a blessed one.